Welcome back to 33-year-old boomer ranting barefoot in the woods. You don't have dyslexia. You just suck at reading. I'm gonna make a promise to you. If you watch this video in its entirety, by the end of it, I'll teach you how to read real fast, even if you have dyslexia. Let's talk about it. So I recently published a semi-complete list of books that I've read over on my GitHub. This doesn't include things like school books that I had to read for school. These are just books that I read because I wanted to. And it became apparent very, very quickly that this list of books completely mogs most people. And I don't even think that I've read as many books as I should have. My feet are very cold, by the way. You see, studies show that even students at elite universities can't read books now. They go to their professors and they say, "Hey, I can't read a book. Hi, I'm at Yale, I'm at Columbia, but I can't read a book." This is a problem. Now, the reason why you can't read a whole book and why these elite students can't read books is because you have no reading stamina. You see, reading is just like walking, whether you're doing it normally or barefoot in a very cold Norwegian forest like I am right now. My feet kind of hurt, by the way. You need to actually practice reading books. This isn't something that you can just do naturally. It's something that you have to work at. And the beauty of it is that when you read, you're not just increasing your reading stamina, but you're increasing your capacity to focus. You see, this is actually the true benefit of reading, is that you can just focus. Can you imagine just being able to sit down and focus for hours? That's a superpower, right? Wouldn't you love to have that power? Well, I'm going to teach you how to get it. So recently I made an 11-hour video where I read the entire Vim manual. It was about 16 hours of recording and about 50-something hours of editing. That's a lot of work. And I did that over 2 to 3 weeks. So not only was I able to focus, I was able to focus consistently for weeks at a time. That really is a superpower, by the way, in case you weren't impressed enough by the video itself. My feet are getting really cold, so I had to go inside. But here's the thing. The bar is very low now. No one can read. No one can focus. It doesn't actually take that much effort to get good at it. So how do you get good at it? Well, the first thing you should do is you should practice the ability to not be distracted all the time. One thing you can do, and this is something that I love doing almost every day, go for a long walk. Just go for a long walk. Bring your phone just for emergencies, but keep it on airplane mode. Just walk for a few hours and think. Just be in your head, or don't think. Just, focus on your walking, focus on your breathing. You may not be able to do it for a few hours when you first get started, but do it for half an hour. Just go for a walk. Don't listen to music, don't listen to podcasts, don't listen to audiobooks. Watch my stuff though, you can do that. JK, don't listen to anything. Just be in your own presence. And not everyone can do this, but that's the whole point. It's a superpower. Not everyone can have a superpower. The next step is to practice reading every day. Not a lot, mind you. Just spend 10 to 15 minutes on the first day reading something. Even if this means having to reread the same paragraph over and over because you just zoned out like a zoomer. Just spend 10 minutes doing it. And no, TikTok doesn't count. Reddit, Twitter doesn't count. Pick a book, any book. Have a look at my GitHub. Pick a book. They're all great books. And just spend 10 minutes trying to read it. That's it, only 10 minutes. And then every day, do this every day, and each time increase it by a minute or two. Just spend a minute or two increasing the amount of time that you can read per day. If you do this for a month, you'll be able to read for like an hour straight. Wouldn't that Wouldn't that be beautiful to be able to do that? So now that I've convinced you to read, how do you read? How can you actually read faster than you currently do? How can you make it fun? Well, and how can you do it, especially if you have dyslexia? Like some people do, just, most people use it as an excuse. The way that I learned how to read, or the way that it came natural to me, was to view words as pictures. So in school, you might be first taught how to read by doing a letter by letter or sound by sound. And that's fine if you're 7. But if you want to be able to read a lot, you should be able to read fast. And the way that you do it is like this. Let's say that this is a word, right? Let's just do it like this. This is the word. You don't read it letter by letter. You look just slightly above the center of the word right here, right? So this is the word. This is where your eyes should be, just above the center of the word. And you should allow your peripheral vision to absorb the word so that you can very quickly move on to the next word. And you should never really have to stop at a word and think about it letter by letter. Maybe if it's a word that you've never encountered before, but most words you should have encountered by now. And so you look at them as pictures. And as you get better at this, you'll start getting better at absorbing more than one word at a time. Because if you read enough, you start noticing that there are patterns in the way people write. Right? So for example, if you see something like as of this morning, right? You don't have to read as of this separately. If you see this enough, you just focus your eyes over the of, and then your peripheral vision should be able to absorb as of if, or as of this. And so you can read those 3 words in just one instance. And as you read more and more, you'll start noticing shapes and patterns in the text. And so your mind will be ready and so your mind will interpret these patterns, and you'll instinctively know where to focus your eyes so that you can maximally absorb the information without having to be a zoomer and read letter by letter. Go ahead and read something. Bye-bye.